Hello, hello. This is Cinnabunny, and we are with Slay the Princess. I hear a lot of awesome things about this game. I've seen a couple things from Markiplier, and this game looks absolutely amazing. It's stunning visually, and so many bad endings. I just finished playing Bad End Theater, and there's a lot of bad endings to this. Now, there is a lot of, well, this is a love story. There's gonna be a lot of dark themes in this series, so if that bothers you, this might not be the series for you, but this is gonna be really fascinating. I'm so excited to play this. And here we are. Let me real quickly adjust the volume just a bit. That should be better. Lower that a bit. Make sure the voices aren't a little too loud. Alright, this should be good. So let's go.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I love how the background moves. That's so cool. Really is a really neat visual effect it does.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
What are you
I'm
talking
talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in a basement in the world? If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her. There's so many options. How can she destroy the world from being locked up?
Linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Avoiding the topic just makes it more suspicious. You got any evidence?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Can I consider that maybe the only reason she's going to Indoor is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for this? Looks like these will continue the story. I want to keep exploring. Because
While
she's
I
locked up.
appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Isn't there an option to just walk away and not do this? Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope.
I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again and
You're
leave.
really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I don't care. I'm not killing a princess. Good. Maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this. Quietly continue down the path. Yeah.
When I said everyone, I meant
Everyone.
That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too. So if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
I mean, he did make a sound argument there. Death of one to save the many is kind of better, but at the same time, what is the many? In this case, he's meaning the entire world, which means more than likely that's mostly good people that don't deserve to die.
Oh, would you look at
Complicated.
that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Sus. There's no fighting in there. I don't have to go into the cabin, don't I? There's no fighting this, is there? I have to go into the cabin, don't I? There we go. I just read that funny for some reason. Oh yeah. Well, I guess I'll start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place. I could easily double down on this. Or I can give in. I think I'll give in.
There's always a choice. But let me tell you right now that you're making the correct decision for pretty much everyone. We can't just go through with this and listen to him. She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I love the narration in this.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Step. He's holding a little knife now.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Ooh.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I'm here. I'm here to kill you. Checking in on you. Hi. Continue downstairs. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Pretty sure there was never a surprise. She knew someone was coming down to kill her, right? There was gonna be a fight no matter
You walk
what.
down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
What? No way. Why would I even... I literally just said I was. Yeah, it wasn't a joke. I haven't decided yet. I'm here to talk. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Titan.
You ignore the trembling
Well,
in your
she's
hands
scared now.
and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
I already know no matter what I do, she's gonna kill me. She's like way overpowered despite being in a dress. What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm sorry. Can we just talk? We're not dropping the blade. Say the princess dropped the blade. I'm sorry, can we
You're
just
so
talk?
close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk.
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
You
Squint.
stare at the princess, squinting.
Just a
She
stare
squints
down.
back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
Squint harder.
Squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever.
Oh, eventually someone has to blink. Guess we kill.
Doubt,
She's ready.
unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Oof.
Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here, either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Adversary.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And
Alright,
you're here to slay her.
so we're here again. But I
I
died.
assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Let's assume we're telling
Those
the
are two
truth.
very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
We did our best with the information we were given.
And we did kill her, and yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything?
If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters. I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
Yeah, she seemed pretty excited about the fight. She really liked that battle, I think. She's probably gonna be ready for it. So it's gonna be another fight. So let's
Just
talk
be
about the
quick about
princess.
it.
All she did last time was beat me to death. How can someone in the world? To quote you from last time, she's just a princess. Why is she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare
She is
hands?
just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
So you're trying to say that she was never that strong when she was. You're either super naive or just plain old dumb. Who locked her in the
People locked her in
basement?
that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things. Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions?
Oh, voice of the
There's
stubborn
nothing
beard.
wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here. Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting.
If the people locked her away, couldn't they slay her?
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Just saying what you want to hear. Everyone wants to think they're special. You're being cagey. Why aren't you
I told
telling
you
me?
everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. What else would we even need to know? We've got all the reason we need for a rematch. Exactly. The less you know about her, the better.
Alright, so how do we fight
Like
her
I
and
said,
not
if
die?
she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Alright.
Right, now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Can I just walk away from this? Turn around and leave.
Can't just leave. We're supposed to fight her. Where are you going? Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
So we're doing this again?
That's strange.
Right back here. Okay, I'm going to the
That's
cabin.
great
Sheesh.
to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly.
It won't.
Oh, about time. I can't believe you were about to run away.
Stubborn wants to fight. Stubborn's gonna be mad when we
The
die.
cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the
Because
mirror.
There isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You already wasted so much time in the woods. Who even cares if there's a mirror?
I care that there's a mirror. Oh. I care about whether I'm being lied to. Yeah. I care. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. That's, okay. You're right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
But
matter.
It does matter. Don't you care if we're being lied to? If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us?
That is true. He's definitely
I'm
lying
not
about how
lying
strong...
to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you
It
waste
poofed.
time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
The mirror just
There
vanished.
was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. So all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Okay, let's take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Step. This cabin feels different than last
Very
time.
different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. The world is depending on you.
The cabin was wood last time, which means it evolved. So the princess has evolved too, based on the previous round.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulphuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
Oh,
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
You get off to the fight.
As much as I appreciate
Definitely.
the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, a large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
I hope you heard all that, Mr. Narrator. This is a lot different than last time. But last time definitely happened. You look different. So you do remember. I'm actually here to free you. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first, like how we're both still alive. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet. I don't know what happened to you since last time we met, but I'm not fighting a giant demon lady. Bye. I want to rub it in the narrator's face, but at the same time, we got things to unpack.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
You definitely like to fight a little too
Couldn't have
much.
said it better myself. Alright, fine. I believe you. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. You don't know the depths of my apathy. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never died. Do you see how alive I am right now? Would someone as alive as me already have died? I don't think so. Don't worry, I'm going to do a good job. You got me. Pretty much everything you said is true. Remain silent. Take it
You're
less seriously.
joking, right? I'm just going to pretend that you're joking. Yeah, you better be joking. We can't win unless you take this seriously.
You know what? Slay the princess? Let's fight.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count. Oh, we'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed. Why is she disappointed?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point?
Wow, she's really into this.
So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win.
She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Head on.
That's your plan, then. That's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard.
That's
Pull
brutal.
it out. We'll try a different angle.
No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
Are you trying to go straight through her arm and into her
We're not
heart?
gonna win if our weapon's
Your blade's
stuck
not
in her
that
arm.
long. Keep pushing.
The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the dreary cave.
The blade is not that long. This is a bad decision.
Yes. You finally get it, don't you?
She's loving this. I do.
Nothing exists outside of us. It's just you and me, dying and coming back, clashing against each other. Forever.
That's not what's going on. There's an entire world at stake here. Yes, the fate of the world doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this fight. The only thing that matters is getting stronger. And the only way to get stronger is to win, even if it takes us forever to get there.
If there's the whole world, why does every road lead me back here?
Your balance is
Oh.
suddenly thrown off as the princess pulls
Hello.
you into her knee. It collides with
Oh.
your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact.
Ow.
We're fine. But you barely have enough time to notice before the princess follows up and smashes her forehead against yours.
Ouch.
Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold stone floor.
Where did the slice go across her chest? Did she, like, heal that?
I said we're fine.
I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened. You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it.
It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her arm, and with near total ignorance to pain, slides it out of its sinewy prison.
You forgot this.
Ah,
She tosses it at your feet.
cocky much? Are you jumping the gun a little here? We each died once. That doesn't mean we're immortal. Were you being metaphorical when you said nothing exists outside of us? There's more to this world than just the cabin. I saw trees and everything on my way here. Don't you want to be free, though? Isn't there more to life than waking up chained to the basement and fighting to the death in an endless loop? I actually think I'm done fighting you. I don't think this is healthy for either of us. Yeah, it's not healthy. Let's.
You're kidding, right? You can't just give up. What do you think you're doing? This isn't fair. This is even worse than deciding not to fight me from the beginning.
I can't get up.
Stop moping, you're fine. Now get up.
What are you made of? Tissue paper? I didn't hit you that hard.
You might as well just kill me because you're not going to change my mind. Remain silent.
You shakily push yourself to your feet. After the
Oh,
blow
she
you
liked
took,
that.
It's a miracle you can move, let alone stand, but here you are. Maybe you can actually pull this off.
No. Still not going to fight you. grab the blade and run like hell. That'll just make her chase you. I'm still not going to fight you.
Is this a trick? Are you tricking me? Because why would you? Why wouldn't you? Ah!
The princess's shoulders tense with fury as she storms towards you. You can see her face flush, her knuckles going white as she clenches her fists, her entire body trembling with a burning rage.
She's been offended.
Can't believe you're making me watch this.
Fine. If you want to die like a pathetic little worm, you can die like a pathetic little worm.
I guess I'll see you all next time.
Oh,
She grabs you by the throat and slams your body against the wall. Her eye twitches as her grip tightens around your neck. She sure is taking her time, isn't she?
Why? Why are you letting me do this? Why are you making me do this? Why won't you fight back?
why are you making me do this? You don't have to be doing this. You didn't have to pick me up and slam me to the wall. You did not. That's manipulation tactics 101 there. If your parent says that to you, they're not a good parent. Why are you making me do this? No. You don't have to do anything. You're the one making the decision to do that and blaming it on me. No, that's not healthy. That's projection, I think. I don't know. I'm not a therapist. But no. Because death doesn't matter anymore, does it? Fighting or not fighting. What does any of that matter? It's all the same at the end. Because there's more to this than just fighting each other. If letting you kill me is how I can show you that, then it's worth it. I care about you, and I don't want to hurt you anymore. I think that it's kind of funny. It is kind of funny.
Her grip hardens.
She did not like that.
You feel a horrific pop in your neck.
She did not
She
like that
releases
answer.
you, your numb body crumpling to the stone floor as your vision starts to fade.
What am I supposed to do without you?
Live.
I guess I'll see you all next time. I can say that now, right? We're dead? Great. I can't wait to be stuck in this useless body all over again. I won't be seeing you, but I suppose something like me will. Everything goes dark.
And you die. Strike me down.
You're on a path in the
Oh,
woods, and at the end of that path,
everything's fleshy.
I think I've heard
I
this
don't
one
like it.
before. Does it involve a princess? Are you trying to get us to do your dirty work?
Yes. So you've been here before, and died here before.
Yeah. Twice.
And it's going to be a lot more than that if we don't suck it up and actually fight her this time. You didn't fight her.
She wanted a rematch, and we wanted to see what would happen if we didn't give it to her. She got so very, very angry with us. And you got so very angry with us too. It was amusing.
I'm sorry, you thought that was amusing? I thought we were breaking a cycle of violence. I thought we were practicing pacifism in the face of mortal peril. I thought we were being brave. Heroic.
Oh, you're funny. There's no such thing as heroism, and you can never truly die. All we did was look at the same old thing from another angle.
Oh, will both of you just shut up? As we've now established, you've already been here, and based on your behaviour, I think we can all agree that things are not going well.
Clearly, I mean, look at this landscape. This is disturbing.
Look, you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
So we got the voice of the cold now, who seems to have given up on this completely. Let's see. I've been pulled 100 different directions. You better all listen to me when the time comes to make a choice. If we hit this point of no return you mentioned, then what happens? No matter what happens next, it seems like our answers are at the cabin. We might as well see this room. Yep, let's just do that.
Good, we're all on the same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her. That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard. That's fine by me. Let's...
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible.
It's just meat. If you cut us open, I'm sure we'd look the same inside.
Yeah.
That's why it's horrible.
Exactly.
And that attitude is why you're miserable.
Are you sure you're not the miserable one there, Cold?
The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal.
It's
A
pulsating?
pristine blade perched on its edge.
Oh.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Oh. The mirror is back. It's
A
blocking the
mirror?
door.
There is no mirror. We've done this already. Try to keep up. The repetition is maddening.
Oh, you're so impatient. We can look around the meat shack if we want to. It's not like the princess will be leaving without us.
I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely. What are you trying to say exactly? It means you're hallucinating. It's in our way. Let's just smash it.
Let's go ahead and take the
Take
blade.
the blade from the pedestal. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange.
Because there's a mirror.
Grimy? Why don't we wipe it clean? Wipe what clean? Are you still on about that mirror? It's not real. I'd know about it if it were real. No, we can't doubt our eyes like that. It has to be real. Let's just smash it and get it over with. We won't be able to see what's in there if we smash it.
It's just a mirror. What we do with it doesn't really matter.
Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
I kind of want to see what happens if we smash it.
You bring your fist crashing
Oh.
down against the door leading to the basement.
Huh.
As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its
Just
ancient
vanishes.
hinges
Can't shatter it,
moaning as
huh?
it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You
Ugh.
feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic.
It's not a pleasant feeling. I hate the feeling of raw meat. I mean, like when you need it to make like meatloaf and stuff. I just hate that feeling so much. It's necessary for the food I like, but God, just thinking about that anywhere else. The stairwell? No. No, thank you.
The air is thick, its odour an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
So you've returned after denying me the salvation of combat? Are you here to gloat? Are you here to mock what I've become?
What have you become?
Do you think that if you let me kill you enough times, I'll suddenly soften and repent for sins that live solely in your head? Well, we've tried that, haven't we? Now come down and see what your refusal has done to me. See how much you can bear to witness the consequences of your actions.
Oh, we've changed her, have we? I'm intrigued.
Can we just leave? I'd rather not go downstairs. I'd rather leave the cabin. But okay.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The
Oh.
chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This
What am I
place
looking
reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
I can see your bones and muscles. Her ribcage is flayed open, her heart's beating on the outside. She's got horns still, so she evolved from what she was before. Yeah, she's still got like the hoof-like shape there. Her feet have turned into heels pretty much. I mean, look at the bones. Is her dress her skin? Is her skin literally coming off her body? What the fuck?
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin.
I was
Her
right.
heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh.
I swear, if the glove hand, like her skin rips off her hand there because of the thing to get her free,
And then,
I knew it.
with a nauseating sound, the
She
skin
degloved
tears.
herself.
It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red,
That's
glistening
disturbing.
arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you.
I like this one. Let's see her do her worst. Let's see if she can make us actually feel something.
Cold, what is wrong with you?
Whatever she wants to make us feel, I think it's gonna be bad.
Exactly.
Bad is so much more interesting than numb.
You sound depressed, Cold. You need a therapist.
Gah, stop it with all this talk about feelings. The only feeling that matters is the rush of victory.
And clearly you have anger issues, stubborn. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry what I did to you. Please just listen to me. What happened to you?
Time happened. You happened. But none of that matters. We're together again. And I'll have the resolution you denied me.
Wait, is her crown? Are those nails drove into her forehead? Is that a railroad spike there in the center? A ring? Oh, that's gotta hurt. What the fuck?
She bounds across the room, her fists
Oh my
ready,
goodness.
her heart set upon your destruction.
They did a great job on this muscle. I mean, look at that detail. That's really awesome. I love the way they did this. Disturbing, but beautiful at the same time.
With a horrifying
Holy
squelch,
shit.
you are unwound.
Excuse me?
No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that. She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
Well, she didn't have to do a thing and she just flayed me. I disemboweled and flayed all at once.
Huh. It's like I said. Our insides do look like the cabin. In the end, we're all just meat.
In the end, just because she's ripped us open doesn't mean this is over.
How is it not over?
Don't think that I'll allow you death here. I've made that mistake before. No, you will suffer until you see in me what I have seen in you.
That's how. It would seem, somehow, that she is keeping you alive.
A challenge, then. Sure. Let's see how far we can take this.
Okay, and what am I supposed to see? You're a monster. Please, just talk to me. Can we just use our words and settle our differences? We've both been here for a reason. It's more important for us to figure out than to fight. You won't win. Attempt to die. Let's talk this out.
The words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. Instead, all that leaves you is a wet and horrible gurgling as tissue vibrates out of place.
There's literally
Our
nothing.
metaphorical mouth.
Oh, I didn't leave you a mouth, did I? It's better that way. Words get us nowhere.
Look. Things can't change or get better without communication. Let me talk to you.
They aren't music. They aren't dance. They aren't feeling.
But we are feeling. But we can't communicate that without music, dance, or voice.
Your eye, held far outside your skull by a thin stalk of nerves and viscera,
Oh.
stares back at her in unblinking silence.
Let's
Ah.
see what meaning we can find together. Let's see what we're made of.
Did she put those nails in herself? Did she flay herself because she was bored? And because she's immortal, she can't die from the shit she did to herself? What did you do to yourself?
Something infiltrates you. Though you do not see it, you feel it, slithering into your disaster of a body, seeping into the gaps between your molecules.
What is she doing?
The body of a sapient creature has, on average, 30 trillion cells. And each one of those cells is composed of 100 trillion some odd atoms. One of those cells is peeled from the others. 100 trillion atoms are gone.
Is she taking me apart cell by cell?
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Of course we are.
She's torturing me.
Then 2 are peeled away. Then 4.
This is nothing. Nothing.
This is gonna add up very quickly.
8, 16, 32.
Ah, so the waiting is the torture. I do hate dull things.
128, 256, 512.
Yeah, it adds up quickly.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Are you gonna say that the whole time you're torturing me?
1024, 2048, 4096, 8192. You all feel that? I could have sworn I felt something. 16,384, 32,768, 65,536.
You can't just count us into oblivion.
131,000.
He's not counting you into oblivion. He's telling you how many cells are being removed.
144. 524,288.
So many cells.
What happens when it gets higher? Like, really higher?
We won't
We
exist.
die.
Obviously.
Or nothing happens. Just like nothing is happening now.
Because there's trillions of cells in our bodies.
1,048,000. The hundreds don't matter anymore.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Are you enjoying this?
2,096,000, 4,192,000, 8,384,000.
I don't like this waiting. You're going to give up before you even start hurting, aren't you?
16,768,000.
What is going on?
33,536,000. 67,072,000. Your eyes are useless.
So our vision's starting to warp from the pain.
134 million. The thousands don't matter anymore. Your blood begins to go places it shouldn't.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
There's the pain. I can feel it now. But we can handle this. We can't let her win.
We literally can't do anything about it. Or her.
If you make this about winning and losing, you're going to lose. You're too connected to your body.
268 million.
Ah.
We don't need to count anymore. Your lungs fill with liquid. You smell things you shouldn't. You choke on pieces of what used to be you.
Doesn't matter, because we're still alive.
You are deconstructed. You are reconstructed. A square you, a round you, a you with too many legs, a you with many mouths which won't stop screaming. Then all of it pressed into a ball, tightly packed into the size of a fist.
So she made Play-Doh out of us. We're just Play-Doh at this point. She's just doing whatever the hell she wants with our meat.
What does you even mean anymore? We just keep changing into horrible things we can't control. Make it stop, please. Make it stop.
You means we exist. If we exist, then there has to be a way for us to win. Otherwise, this would just be pointless. It would all just be pointless torture.
Yes, she's torturing us. That's the whole point of this exchange. Haven't you been paying attention?
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Are you still enjoying this?
Yes.
The ball is unraveled into the shape of a body. The skin peels off in a corkscrew. The eyes are plucked. The organs arranged in the air in a neat row.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
She sounds like she's getting tired of this.
No.
Yes.
Stubborn, how are you still holding on?
You are stretched into a line 12 feet long, then 24, then 48. The line gets thinner as you get longer. A mile. 2. 4. 8.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Are you growing tired of this?
Yes.
Stubborn! Why?
16. 32. 64.
No.
Are you finally giving up, Stubborn?
128.
I'm still here. I'm still me.
You already gave up a long time ago.
You are stretched
Oh.
and stretched and stretched until you are longer than the world itself. You wrap around it again and again and again. A tense line of microcosmic tissue held together by forces that are far too weak for the task they've been given.
Did I get like the worst ending on my first try? Cause god damn.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Do I have to keep answering?
I don't think
Then
so.
the forces disappear. The bonds holding your cells together break. You are 30 trillion little pieces, all of them separate, and all of them falling.
Is that her reflection in our pieces? She does not look happy.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
You sound exhausted.
You sit in these
Are you
30
over this yet?
trillion places, each second passing in each of them before you arrive at the next. And so, you wait.
That's all I have.
And then all at once there is a great rewinding, and all of the disparate pieces that once were you fall dutifully back into place. You are whole again, and in your body. The body
Holy
you had
shit.
before all of this happened. And the princess sits against the wall, her dress of skin more tattered than before, her face sullen and disappointed.
You left me, and there's nothing I can do to bring you back.
Oh, she's been like me this whole time. She's just been hiding it.
I'm not gone. I'm right here. I never stopped caring about you. But you have to let go of all the pain. There's more to life than violence and pain. We can be more than that if you want. I don't like fighting you when we first met. I still don't want to do that. What were you hoping to accomplish with all this? You seem so off. It's like a completely different person than you were when we started pulling me apart. That was awful. I hated every second of it. So that's all you got, huh? I think I'm going to go now. Turn and leave, slay the princess. I mean, I know it's slay the princess, but this is a love story. And, there's more to life than violence and pain. Can we change this around a little bit?
How? Violence and pain are all I've known.
You could always leave with me.
After everything I've done to you, you'd really take me with you?
No, I just wanted to hurt you back. No, I don't know why I said that. I'm not... give her your
Are you
hand.
serious? You're just offering her your hand.
It did save us a love story.
You cross the room towards the princess, extending your hand to her. Her eyes, deep wells of buried sorrow, meet yours for a moment. You despicable fiend. And then she takes your hand in hers. You're going to end the world, don't you get it? I can't let that happen. I can't let you leave. I have to...
You have to what?
Oh, you can see my bone and flesh too. I am wounded.
You leave
I must
me
look horrible.
no other choice.
You are nothing but a witness.
Fine. You and the princess climb the stairs out of the basement together. In silence.
No embellishments, no flowery text describing what kind of silence we share. You've really given up, haven't you? I'm tired. What a shame, but you should really keep going. You have a job to do, don't you?
And then you cross the upstairs of the cabin to the door, which you open. And then you step outside and into
Oh,
the
sound
ruins
fleshy.
of the world you left.
Behind? So he's gone too. It's just you and me now.
Is this the world? It's so cold.
There's the hands. Taking her in. You don't get a chance to respond. Something has taken her away and has left something else in her place.
So that's a wrap. I didn't think we'd ever get here. There's only one thing left to do.
Approach the mirror. The voice falls silent as you approach. Silence. As you reach forward, they're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. The body. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. There she is. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. There is passion and empathy buried under her unfeeling skin. She will make for a weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know the narrator that are out of there? Is this the end of the world? What are you? Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
So what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I'm talking riddles. I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Infinite beings? Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
So she's just the surface of what you are. Were you always princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I suppose it doesn't. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Are you the one that sent?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
So she only knows me.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Huh. Do you know about the worlds
I
beyond
know
this place?
only that they are.
So
I'm
let her out.
sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
Huh.
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Are you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How many more pieces do I need to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Huh. I was sent to slay the princess and stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being somatic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
So you have no answers right now. Aren't you scared I'm going to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Okay. And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now.
Unfinished.
Unfinished.
Dry and hollow.
Dry. Hollow.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
So it'll be a full reset. Okay, let's go.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
And you die. Everything goes dark. And you die. Woo! Alright, well on that note, I think I'm gonna take a
You're on
break because that was a little brutal. That was rough. What an ending. I definitely need a little break after that. Whew. I'm definitely coming back and gonna play some more. But I need a rest period after that. 'Cause that was rough. That was a wow. What an ending. Alright, well if you enjoyed this video, I hope you come back for the next one. So like and subscribe. I hope to see you soon. And have a wonderful day. Bye!